Well, here she is. She's a little rough around the edges, but here's this big old grit, big old dent in the front. Real nice. But I think I can get that straightened out. Trailer looks like shit, but I just drove home 240 miles with it. So there's that. You've got, like I said, those leftovers of the ice runners, and then over here you've got this big trunk hanging down. Got a nice weld through here. Then I did throw a hydraulic jack plate on it. It'll run in about 4 inches of water up on step, but it's coming apart. Gonna do the plan is to do dual console on a full windshield, but we'll see what we run into. Oh my. Well, there was no support on the deck. This piece of plywood was just riveted to the aluminum itself, and that is it. Foam's still in good shape, looks like. A little bit of a hole there from some mice. But now I can get in there and work on that front deck. There's actually plywood here. It's interesting the way it's put together. There we go. A couple hammers and some boards, and it's pretty straight. I mean, this is real flimsy. So if I can find some of this rail, I can get it all put back together with the help of a good buddy. Yeah, it was pretty beat up. It was pretty straight. I got that down there too. Yeah. Well, the motor's off. Got it all cleaned up. Sitting back here until this baby's done. Working on ripping the floor out, which has proven to be pretty tough. That glue is something. Well, the console's out and the floor's out. Got a couple issues here. Little cracked welds. It kind of looks like this boat is not a factory tunnel hole, by the way that the rivets are way back here and there's nothing here. And it kind of looks like a jagged cut to me. That might be like an aftermarket kind of thing. Or a kit maybe that you could have got. Because it's interesting because they got these little pieces here that are cut pretty nice that surround that. But yeah, it's kind of surprising how poorly in my opinion, that it's built with the rivets and the bracing not being welded at least. But pretty much all the grunt work's done. Just gotta get that carpet out the back and start grinding. Clean up all this crap. It's just thick. Thick rubber. Lots of caulk. You use backing. Filled it all in. The paint is terrible. I don't know how that's gonna end up turning out. Probably not near as good as the 20-footer, probably.
Yeah, freaking
Tadlock and I got the boat straight-ish. It's still pretty shitty. Better than it was, though. Come along and ratchet straps and bush light. May have went a little overboard, but it needed done. Needless to say, it was rotted. I was able to get it out without tearing up too much. What a mess. But yeah, it's pretty much, you know, just mush. Mush. Transom's out. Didn't affect the bow at all. The tool of choice. That worked pretty good. Filling holes. And there's plenty of them. Here's a plan. Put a bend right here. That way I can bolt it to the bow back. And be pretty strong that way. And on the side leg, I'll rivet a piece of 1/8 inch angle to the side of the boat, and then I can either weld to that or however I want to do that. But that way I can pull the shield off if I want for some other reason, if I screw something up or we hit something with the boat. So, and then this U-channel should be able to come all the way up around that and down, around. I can run lighting in that underneath, shining down. Light the walkway, up and around. I can do all that. Should be able to hide lighting in that track. In a perfect world. There's a half template there. That one will get scooted over, cut at an angle, and then welded to the aluminum sidewall. And I should have about 20 inches in the middle by the time I'm done. Yeah, that'll do. That's real nice. Oh, heck that out of there. And ain't worth fixing all the holes. I'll skin that with a new sheet after the new transom's in. Through the hatch in the front here, so I can know where to frame. He definitely needs some support there for the anchor. Resheet the front of this. Color good. Maybe use that old sheet to make a new top piece or something. Little update. Get them pontoons stripped off. Gonna cut into them and see what thickness that is. Got my sheet metal inside and out of the ice. I gotta find a rake that can bend it. A 6-foot wide piece. Get the live well tacked up. Should be good for shad, I hope. Got the rounded corners in there. The hatches, those are for the front, for the buckets. The revolutionary bucket hatches. And that'll be your live well lid. 4x10 sheet off the side of a box truck, an old box truck. I got some plywood in. But I'm going to take the sheet and get it, find a break and bend it. Sheet's kind of beat up, but I think it'll clean up okay. Got a big ass gouge right there. Big gouge right there, 24 inches out. Roughly 15. So if I put it on this side, it'll be in that window. And it'll be in that window. So that'll work. Still got a reflector mounted right here.
That's still holding hydraulic. That's a good sign. We got a little bit of a leak over here, but...
Oh, there it is, the front windshield anyway. Got it on the brake, got it bent. It'll bolt to the back of that bow. 28-degree bend. And then I'll order some windows and cut the holes later. Live well's pretty close to going in. Welding some bracing in the floor there, all the way back. It's coming along. So that'll be the shape there. This will be the top. And that'll be the side where your legs will rub when you're fishing. I'll take this off and probably trim like right here. And then this will go around all the braces. I'll have to notch it around every brace. That saw makes a mess, but boy, it does a good job at cutting this stuff. I'll bend that right there, bend it over. It's always great when a plan comes together. I went with inside the rail. I know the wood one was on top of the rail, but I went with inside on the rail just because I thought it looked cleaner. It's pretty dang tight, dude. I just got 3 bolts holding to the bow right now. It's pretty dang stout as it sits without anything on it. A couple tech screws ran into the rail. But yep, that turned out really nice. I had to be super careful because when I put these in the brake and bent them, it cracked all the way up. So I didn't want to bend it around too much. This side of the boat's got a little more of a bend to it. So I'll have to push that over when we actually attach it for permanent. It's kind of back the windshield where it bolts on, and then that little divider there. Plus, it's a support for the front deck. But the anchor will be set up there. That way, we'll keep it kind of away from everything else. Surprise number 6,546 of this boat. Holes that are caulked and then painted over. Quite a few of them too. Real nice. It's kind of like a light bright. Just a few holes there. Go 6,000 cuts later, I finally got it. It's pretty close. That's gonna have to do. There it is. Whole lot of measuring and whole lot of cutting, nibbling. Ended up with a nice 18.5 inches between them. Could have been river for pirates. Clean that off, get all the snow off there so we can get that out in the truck.
I don't care if we can get in the truck.
We're going to take it home with us.
Yeah. I would have clean.
Coming together there, we decided to sell this motor and upgrade. And there was a lot of interest. So this one's going to Virginia Beach. See a guy over there. We picked up a real gem of a new motor that you'll see here shortly. Oh, so that's how you end up with the one.
They had that used motor with 75 hours on it, so they put that on there, and that's what I've been running.
That's going to work just...
As far as everything goes, yeah, I was...
Sweet. Should fit pretty good. Again, took a few tries. There it is. So that's the final piece. So by rights, that'll be the same for the other side, or it should be. So I got some materials today. It's going to be for the rod holder bases, and then this will be the rod holder, the actual rod trees, the stems for them, and then that should slide inside of that. That'll be the windshield frame. 1/8 inch thickness, 1 by 1 by 1 U channel. That's gonna be pretty stout. Steve stopped over tonight, did a little bit of welding on those side legs that I fabbed up the other day. And I'll tell you, these things, they're stout. I'm pushing down on it. They're here, them cross straight and butt that one in because it's at a different angle. Then a miter here. I'll go down, miter there, across, miter there, up, miter again, crossed, and butt into this piece, which will be miter to that. And that should work. Well, Steve come over tonight. I had this frame all made up and he welded it all in there. This thing is crazy stout. Like it doesn't move at all. So I'm going to attempt to haul this boat about 15 miles over to Steve's place. We're going to take off that windshield. So I put that ladder brace on top to kind of hold it all steady on the top when I was doing the arms. Well, my dumbass just realized that the corner cap for the transom was on the boat in the garage, and now it's not on the boat. So it's somewhere along this road, hopefully. As if things weren't complicated enough for this transom cap. Maybe free the carbon over a few times. That'll help things. Nice. Yeah, I found it. It's in pretty bad shape, but it was kind of in bad shape to start with, so I really don't know how much I'm out there. So I might try to beat it up a little bit, but I might just try to make my own. Oh yeah. Got some inch square stock, scrap stuff, whatever. Should be enough to do what I need to do. The side boxes is done. So, a lot of work for such a little thing, but they're going to be nice. Got the top half of that pontoon I'll try to use as the top of these two troughs here. Should be thick enough.
Let's see.
Pretty much. And I can even sit my big butt on here. Okay. Yeah, you kids will love that. That's them. They'll all get riveted. I'll rivet everything on there. I'm not going to weld any of that sheet metal on there because it's all getting covered in turf anyway.